Hello guys, so today's topic is about master. Who is master? Who is true master? Who is false master? How do I feel it? How do I experience that throughout my life? I will flow with it. You will have to get used to that. I always flow with the topic. I never prepare it. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna listen to it first time with you. It's always like that, and this is the way how it is for me and how I love it to be. So let me start flowing with you. So first of all, we have different masters, because in this world, in this material world, we often meet different masters, which actually they have this name, like master of something, master of Kung Fu, master of Qigong, master in psychology, I don't know, like master of anything, right? Master of a kitchen. We have masters. We have beings who are called masters. They were practicing some methods for long enough to achieve a level of mastery in something, and therefore they are called masters. And then they go and they have like they can teach and they can guide other people. There's a lot of masters in this world who master things, mastering the methods, mastered the techniques, but not necessarily mastered themselves. So what I call the true master is a being who pretty much mastered himself. And we are lucky that we still, in nowadays, in Kali Yuga, still meet masters who truly are focusing on their discipline, on their mastery. It doesn't mean that they not going off balance, because they do sometimes. But they mastered a core inside. They got connected within themselves with their own true nature so much that even if the fluctuations of the mind are coming, even if the life throws them into a challenge which they can grow after, they still coming back to their core, which is aligned, which is true, which is simply connected with the source, and they are like sober and clear about how they perceive the reality. So even if the projection sometimes comes up, they know how to clear it up. They know how to bounce from it to a stable place, again, to balanced place. So these are the masters who, throughout the lifelong practice, became embodied the virtues, embodied all the benefits, and how to say, yeah, all the consequences of lifelong discipline practice. So they become masters. But there are also masters who, they don't call themselves masters. They didn't practice anything. They are simply pure beings who are connected, who live a harmonious, quiet, simple life. And they would never call themselves a teacher or a master. And these beings are, we call them awakened, enlightened beings. They basically, usually, they not going into people. They live a simple life somewhere in the caves in Himalayas, or somewhere in the small villages, or between us, but we don't notice them because they don't look for attention. And maybe they have few people around them who actually discovered who they are and how they feel in their presence. Those teachers don't speak too much. They just are in their authentic truth, in their natural state of being. And people around them feel good. They resonate. They become balanced and peaceful and harmonious as well, just by sitting next to them. These masters are teaching through beingness, through presence. And I'm not saying that those masters who went through a journey of discipline and creating themselves are not those masters who also can bring you back to the essence, bring you back to the source, and that they can heal, they can balance you through their presence. They also can. They are masters who have that, who reached that within themselves, who touch that space, who are in touch with themselves, are connected with the source, who are embodying the wisdom which flows through them naturally. And maybe they had to go through different practices to reach that place. And they continue teaching, but at the same time, they let go of that ego of a master. You know, like that strong identification with that role in life. So they can call themselves master, they can accept that this is how it works, this is how the structure of this world works, that they need to be called masters because that's how we are relating to them. But within they kept that freedom from it at the same time. You know what I mean? And there are masters who are very attached to this master ego. They are very attached to the role of a master, role of a savior, role of somebody more important, maybe somebody who's higher. And these are the dangerous types. These are the dangerous types because those people, these beings, they are actually using the disciples, using people, their attention, their resources to fuel this ego, to become even more above everybody, to become even more saint. Yes? So they love to be worshipped. They love this ego, master ego, to be noticed. These are the dangerous types, and these ones look after guys. So basically, for me, a true master is every single being which is coming to teach me something. Even a false master, even the master ego comes to our life so we can observe it, we can learn from it, we can grow from it. So, in fact, we can turn every poison into medicine. We can be like a bee who's getting the essence even from the, I don't know, from the ugly flowers, I would say, yeah? From the flowers, or from the flowers who can be poisonous. We can really, with our mindset and our perception, treat every single being, every single animal, plant, all this planet, all these beings around us as teachers. And this is the mindset I'm actually having. So I do observe when I'm around masters, when I'm around teachers, I do see where this ego is there, where there's no ego, where there's this purity of being, when there's this distortion, where there's insecurity, and when there's need of control and significance. I see those things. And I take from those masters what I need, what is good for me, and I leave the rest. So for me, it's also very important when you're around teachers or masters, or psychologists, or therapists, or yoga teachers, do not project or observe your projection of idealization, of putting them above yourself in an unhealthy way. It's like the ego game. Because truly humble, we can be in front of every single being. And why are we only like that when we perceive somebody as above us, as a master? And this is our inner mechanism, which has something to do with the lack of authority in our elders, in our parents, in our ancestors, when we were lacking an authority, as somebody who was sharing the wisdom in a way that it could really nourish us and fuel us, then we are looking for that in our adult life. We are looking for these parent figures in teachers and in masters. So we project the image of ideal master, ideal parent on them. And the true master won't be bothered about that. He won't be leading you to that idealization, and he won't be acting in a way that you will keep it. He will destroy it for you. Because true master, true teacher knows it's not true. It's not true, and he doesn't want you to stay in illusion. He will want you to wake up to the truth of oneness, to the truth of who you truly are, to the truth of your own power, to the truth of your own divine being. That's what is his intention, first of all, for becoming a master. To uplift you, to show you who you truly are, to help you to get there. So the false masters will use the idealization for his own benefit. So he will want you to stay in illusion. He will want you to stay addicted, attached, in this state of a little child who he can control. So this is, for me, a big difference. And from our side, on our side, there is this responsibility for resolving our inner child conflicts with our parents. So in masters as well, we can see a true human being, and we will stop idealizing them, and we will truly humbly accept the teachings which are coming our way without putting them above us in a very unhealthy way. So observe your projections, observe your thoughts, observe how you feel about them, observe how you feel around them, and just be careful, because you can also project something which is unreal about the true master, and this is your responsibility to not fool yourself. The more we fool ourselves, the more we are fooled by others, and the more we will attract beings and people and masters who are fooling us. So, this is one part of the topic. Another part of the topic is there's also a part which is very important, which I'm experiencing myself, which is finding your own inner master. Because the outside beings, the masters who are outside of us, are there only for us to find our own true master within ourselves. And sometimes it's like a master comes to your dream. You start dreaming about master. You don't know, you don't understand what's happening. And after some time, you meet that person in reality, in a human form. And also the danger here is to project all the feelings you had from your astral, from your dream to that master. And instead of just observing your relationship, let it naturally unfold, to see clearly what it is about, what he's representing inside of you, he came for you to learn about yourself, to integrate that qualities within you. So instead of doing that, we are in a dreamland, projecting our fantasy onto that being. This is a higher level thing, you see, because it's something else when we meet teachers, and some here on earth, I would say, and there's something else which we actually dreamt about somebody multiple times, and then we meet him in person. I will tell you more stories like that because this is happening to me a lot. I mean, few times in a life, it's already a lot for one person, I believe. So this is like a more topic of really always coming back to center, not relying on masters, being in clarity of messages they are really telling you, they are really sending you, and on a very subtle level, respectfully towards their own spiritual barrier, their own spiritual ways, their own energy, their own will, their own intimate boundaries. Being around, seeing what's happening, and learning from that. And these are the beings which I truly love to be around, because if you're attentive enough, if you're conscious enough, if you're observant enough, you learn more than if you would learn from talking or from exercising. These are the true encounters with beings who are teaching you just by presence, just being truthful to who they are and inviting you to be truthful towards yourself. And I'm happy in this life that I met those people. So just wanted to say about this topic a little bit, because there's so many people who are calling themselves masters, but actually they're fueling their ego master ego for their own benefits, and the fruit of their actions are actually poisoned by that. And there are also beings who I'm happy to know, I'm so grateful, who are true, who are direct, who are not going into hippie bullshit, how I call it. No hippie bullshit. Direction, clarity, no projection, honesty. And even if they feel something, even if there's something coming up, they know how to master it, they know how to look after it, they know how to make decisions, because they are not following the childish stuff which is happening inside of every single one of us, and I believe inside of them too. You are safe with them because they are not gonna use you for that manipulation which we often do to our own self, full of illusion. So, finishing that, just observe your mind. Just know that every single being is a teacher in some way. Everybody has different tools to teach. Some people don't teach, but they are still your biggest teachers, because in their presence you discover your true self. And there are masters who have beautiful tools which you can also learn, but at the end of the day, you are the biggest master of yourself, and they are only here to assist you to self-master your own self. And if there is a master who is not connected, who's not working towards the benefit of all, who is not about connecting with everything, but only putting himself up above everything else, this is the one you need to be careful. So always check if a master you're around, he's connected, he's seeing all, not only himself. Have a good day.